Hey, this is Brimster, and this is number 75 in the Sudoku Problem series. This is a little killer problem submitted by Dying Flutchman. The way little killer works is on the indicated diagonals, the digits on those diagonals must sum up to the number that is pointed to along that diagonal. Digits may repeat along those diagonals if permitted by other rules. So there is a link to this problem where you can give this one a try for yourself. The goal, of course, is to place the digit in the single cell marked with an X. Testers have called this one a medium difficulty problem. So yeah, give this one a shot yourself. I'm going to wait for a few seconds so you can pause the video to figure this one out, and then I'll be back to explain how this one works. Okay, so this one is basically a fundamental pressure trick that you get with Little Killer, which is a constraint that I struggle with quite a lot. So the way to think about it is, of course, you've got these cells on the 20 diagonal, and they have to sum to 20. Meanwhile, on the 70, you've got these cells which have to sum to 70. Now let's think about the 20. What is the maximum digit that you can put on a 20 diagonal? So the way to think about that is what happens if you were to put a digit above average on a 20 diagonal? Because these three cells all have to be different. Now, these being 1, 2, 3 would mean, which is the minimum that you could put in. If they were all 1, 2, 3, you would have 3 times 6, which would be 18. So what you've only got there is you've only got 2 degrees of freedom, which means one digit somewhere can increase by 2. So the maximum digit you could put on here would be a 5 if you were to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 3. Though that sums to 20, and that is the maximum you could do. Now you want to do the same math with the 70, and I'm going to be worse at this, but it's the same sort of trick. Now, if you do 7, 8, 9, which is the maximum you can put in 3 cells, that's 24. 24 times 3 is 75 minus 3 is 72. So the maximum you can do is reduce one of those numbers by 2 to get to 70. But you've started with 7. So what you've got then is the minimum digit you can put on the 70 is 5. If you do 789, 789, and 589, that's 70 by the math we just did. So the minimum you can put on this is a 5, and the maximum you can put on this is a 5. So if this was higher than 5, you've broken the 20, and if this is lower than 5, you've broken the 70. So this has to be the 5, and that is the way that you explain this particular problem. And this is why that center digit has to be the 5, and then everything else gets forced to be 7, 8, 9s or 1, 2, 3s depending on the diagonal. Very important little pressure problem from 2 extremely different diagonals in Little Killer. Thank you, Dying Flutchman, for sending this one through. I hope you enjoy the problem. I hope you enjoy the series, and as always, good luck with your solving.